Welcome to the, I forgot about the bowl, to the I-80 Club after Nebraska football.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh, they did it. Jack, they did it. Josh Peterson, Jack Mitchell with you for our post-game podcast extravaganza. Nebraska 6-2 on the year with a 28-21 win over Northwestern. Jack, remember 2 years ago and last year, you always had this bull bit and just never got to really do it. Now look at you. Now look at you with your bowl on your head. Bowl on your head. Look at this.
There it is. It's not even Halloween, and I got my trusty bowl.
Wow.
Haven't used a bowl since last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got another one. Now it's bowl using season again.
Oh,
so that's exciting.
Is. Oh, it is. Welcome in, Don't break a bowl, Jack, as we start a pod. That is not what we are here for. That is not what we are here for. If you are new to the I-80 Club, welcome. Listening live, watching live, listening or watching after the fact. Thank you for being here. This is the I-80 Club. We do pods a bunch of times a week. We would love to have you like and subscribe to our YouTube page as Jack, South Carolina just fumbled the ball, and it's going to be first down Alabama with a minute 39 to go. What the hell are you doing? Oh, no, Shade Beaver is so mad. Oh, no, the young Gen Z South Carolina fans are so mad. Bro, what are you doing? Oh, he wasn't down. Oh, my gosh. Sellers fumbles the ball. Good.
You need to hold on to the ball.
Good.
Is what I say.
God.
I've said it for years. You need to hold on to the ball.
You have been saying it. But welcome in, everybody, on this post-game celebration podcast. Jack, Nebraska, 6-2 on the year. No worries going into the month of November. They got the bowl. People are saying, wow, what a time to be alive. You were there. We'll talk a lot about the game over the course of the next 90 minutes. If you want more from us, if you want to participate in our chat, patreon.com/I80 Club. We are, Armac writes, smoke a bowl. And then Huss writes, of cloves, which is a great callback to our Thursday night bonus episode. I
haven't found any. I would have loved to have done that and used this for an ashtray.
Yeah,
that would have been nice.
You could.
One of these times.
Oh, Jack, how we feeling?
Listen, winning ugly is so infinitely better than losing. It's so, and I am not afraid to embrace that with all my heart. I am going to go to alternate world Jack. Alternate world Jack, where maybe Northwestern doesn't throw that interception, or
bad interception.
I don't know. There's a few different alternate world Jacks that exist out there where Nebraska didn't win that game. Who is sitting here not wanting to watch football, not wanting to do this damned show with you?
Yeah.
Who wants to go to bed and say, boy, I bet he would like to be this Jack right now.
Oh yeah,
Jack, who's holding a bowl. And say, hey, yep, we got it. Yeah, hey, just saying, I got a live studio audience here, and they're very excited. And I love where I am. I love who I am. It's just, I'm happy right now. That's a win. That's a bowl game. Suck it forever, Northwestern. You dirty, dirty players, right? Just really happy. Horrendous officiating. Overcame it. We're going bowling. Screw Northwestern. Let's party. Oh, you know what? Well, might as well get it out of the way, right?
Hell yeah, man. I forgot to grab a beer. I have zero beer.
Shout out. You can go. I have got a Lincoln special.
Oh,
it is that time of year. This is a Bierhausen Mooskachler. That's German for beer house Mooskachler.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to go ahead and...
You dumping it on in? Hell yeah, baby.
There she goes.
Look at that. Wow. What a time. What a time to be alive.
See it. My light is making it hard to see. That's too bad.
It just looks like a bowl of white.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can kind of see it. Wow. What a great.
All right, everyone. Let's go. Whatever it is that you've got, beer or water or Powerade or whatever. All sport.
All sport. Hell yeah. Gatorade, Powerade, whatever it be. Look at this. All sorts of subscribers now posting what they're drinking in the chat on our Discord server. How about this, Jack? From Huss, who you've talked to Huss from time to time inside of the Discord. Frustrations maybe being had by Nebraska football at the various games. Huss writes, I'm slowly starting to trust this team in close games. Slowly starting to trust this team in close games.
It's the weirdest freaking thing, Josh. They've gotten good. They've gotten bad at things they were good at.
Uh-huh.
And they've gotten great at things they were terrible at.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most
100%.
It is the damnedest thing about this team. So there we go.
Yeah. Oh wow. Look at this.
Noah
Mike
Walters
with a super.
Noah Walters is in the Okie State game. That's good for Lincoln football because Benny I can't think how you say his last name. Yogi from I'm probably saying that wrong. From Lincoln High had a ball go off his foot for Iowa State. So, look at Riz brought him a beer. I can tell by his face.
This. Yeah, wow.
Best wife ever. My wife.
Oh my gosh.
Too. My wife maybe will bring me another bowl full of beer later.
Hell yeah, or another bowl.
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's cool. Noah Walters. Thank you for the super chat, Mike. And that's crazy. I did not know Noah Walters was playing. Yeah. Shout out Lincoln East. Shout out Lincoln East. I don't know if Noah Walters went to May Morley. I might need to look, but we already got a touchdown from a May Morley player. May Morley Elementary School. Shout out Kenneth Williams. Hello, Kenneth Williams.
Dude.
Hello, Nebraska special teams. Mike Eckler is going to be the governor in a couple of weeks. Holy jeez.
Jack, what he has been able to do in such a short amount of time is, I mean, we are going to look back at this season, for years in a variety of ways, because that's what we do. We talk about the past with Husker football. And so at a certain point, this year will be in the past. His ability to turn Nebraska's special teams around so quickly. Like I said this on the postgame show today. I'll say it again now to you right now because I did bigger overreaction earlier. And that is this conversation that we had been having amongst each other for years. What would it mean if Nebraska had competent special teams? And it was always just like a hope of like a baseline of being, what would it mean if they... And so like that was always the dream, right? Competent, baseline, average, normal special teams. And instead, they have one of the best special teams in the entire freaking country. What happens when you have one of the best special teams in the entire freaking country? You make game-changing plays like a kick return to start off a half after a horrific end to one half, and you completely alter all of the strategy for the next few minutes for both teams. Jack, it is incredible, man. Absolutely incredible.
The best special teams in college football.
Unreal, man.
Shout out Greg.
Unreal that is how they started the second half. Unreal that they have been able to turn this all around as quickly as they have. Jack, I mean, I'm seriously, I'm flabbergasted by what has happened with Nebraska special teams and just how different it is, how it changes everything, how it changes the math of the team heck, Michael Severe sent me a text during the postgame show. 2 returns now, I believe, on the year for oppositions on punts for a yard. 2 punts
I
for
heard you
a
and
yard,
McMaster talking about that. Even that stat shocks me.
It's wild. Absolutely. And that said, I know that they missed the field goal. That wasn't very good. But still, man, what they have been able to do in such a short amount of time, it's incredible. Shout out to you, Mike Eckler.
Absolutely. Shout out Mike Eckler. Just incredible. By the way, let me give another shout out. Okay. If you watch that replay of the kick return by May Morley's Kenneth Williams, who once gotten my son told me after the game today once got a fight over a tetherball game in the May Morley schoolyard. Dude, speaking of another way, watch 24 on that play. 24 is Derek Branch, another Lincoln kid. So Lincoln kids are all over the place. Watch Derek Branch's block on that play. He picks up a guy and drives him, I don't know, 10, 15 yards before completely burying him. And he is the guy that makes that tackle on 99% of kickoffs. Find 24 on the replay. Amazing. Wait, Oregon onside the opening kickoff?
Oh my gosh.
Is that true?
Yeah. Wow.
Whoa,
That is
Mississippi State's up by 17.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, for those who are listening after the fact, we're reacting to because we're rolling at 6 a little earlier than normal.
You all know this already.
Yeah. So everyone who's hanging out with us, but Texas is getting beat by 17. Jack, Mississippi State hasn't won an SEC game in 2 years, and they're about to get their first win tonight. They're up 17. Alabama, by the way, Jack, just threw the football for some reason. I guess they know that they can run the ball on 3rd and 10, and they can take the ball down all the way and then kick a field goal, so it's not that big of a deal. And then, as you just said, Oregon kicked it onside, and now they already have the ball in Wisconsin.
I can't believe they did that. What dicks? Wow, unbelievable. Think of poor Wisconsin.
I loved it. Yeah, as Adam writes in Discord, Lanning is a psychopath. Yeah, he definitely is.
Well, if he has to be, if there's a psycho in someone's neighborhood, I'm glad it's Wisconsin's.
Mm-hmm. Jack, let me read, speaking of Huss, let me read this comment from him because I kind of want to start off the conversation, big picture with you, and then we can dive into some of the granular details. He said, we said 3-1 would be on track. Still feel that way now that winter is coming?
I never said, I didn't say, I think I said 4-0 was you've done it, you have improved, and the end of the year is going to be wildly fun.
Yep.
3-1, maybe on track, but I kind of said just like, work left to do. Still possible, I guess is what I. You didn't take away the opportunity to have this sort of proverbial year 3 is clearly better than year 2. An improvement that the majority of fans are saying, yes, that was a big step forward, right? A significant, non-arguable step forward, and it's still possible after that. And I still hold to that. It wasn't saying all that much, but I do feel that way. Yeah. Like, am I mad that am I even more mad they lost to Minnesota today than I was a week ago?
Probably
1,000,000%. For
especially since they got absolutely boat raced.
And it's not only that, it's more than that, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's they preserve the opportunity. We're gonna have meaningful football in November. Meaningful, I guess. It's kind of a weird word.
Hey, laugh it off, fuzzball. But they are in the playoff race. Like, I don't think they're going to make it, Jack. Well, laugh it all you want. They're in the playoff race.
Even outside of that, it's not just playing out the thing to try. It's getting a better bowl game, for instance, right? It is whatever the playoff race or whatever you want to call it. It's getting into the rankings. Yeah, it's games the national media is interested in. Like, it's great. Yeah, for sure. So, man, what a freaking needed win that they got, and it was tough, but here we are. So I guess that's my answer to that question. I don't know, Josh. What do you think about that question?
I don't know. In the moment, I think I said they needed to go 4-0 because that is definitive progress. I thought 3-1 would be a degree of progress, but the one thing, Jack, that I know that I kept coming back to was they were going to be favored in all 4 games, and so like if you're growing and getting better as a program, that means going 4-0, right? Against. Because you're favored to win. You're favored to go into Minneapolis. You're favored to go at home against Northwestern. You're favored to go on the road at Maryland, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, I just thought that's what they needed to do. I would not. Here's the way I should have asked it a month ago. Would you sign on the dotted line for sure for 3-1, or do you take door number 2? I think I would have taken door number 2 because I think that at the time I thought that they definitely have a chance to go 3-1. So why not, roll the dice and see if you can go 4-0, right?
I thought 3-1 was probably the most likely situation.
I think so,
being honest. But I thought 4-0 was more likely than 2-2.
Yes, absolutely. And so the fact that they were able to do that, certainly, Jack, the way that they bounced back from last week, as South Carolina just had one of
the Alabama get a touchdown?
Yeah, South Carolina let them score, but then South Carolina decided to follow it up with the dumbest kickoff return I've seen in weeks. But Jack, I think the part that you're like, okay, if you're going to argue 3-1 is really, really good, I think what you would do is use today's roller coaster of the end of the first half when things it's not that they went sideways. It's just Nebraska had these 2 long drives where there were nothing, or I guess 2 long drives, right? Where they get 0 points. They miss a field goal. They have a fumble on 4th down. And suddenly it's a 7-6 ball game. And all the parents, first of all, are annoyed because their kids are making 6-7 jokes, which I still don't understand. So that's happening, and it's upsetting to them for that reason. And then that the defense just looks a little tiny bit leaky and everyone's just annoyed. And then that follows up with the kickoff return and a really nice start to the second half. But then it does start going sideways, right? Northwestern gets a couple of scores. They tie it up with the 2-point conversion. Nebraska turns the ball over. And at that moment in time, I mean, Jack, you were in the building. I would love to know what it was like, because at that moment, there's no way in hell the vibes were anywhere near good and that people thought that they were going to be able to pull out and win the game. So the fact that they did, I'll give them their flowers for that, because I think it's right if you want to, again, say, yeah, last year they don't win this game. I would agree. Why would they have won this game last year?
100%. Josh, this was a groin kick script. 1,000,000%. This felt like straight out of me and you sitting on the sound stage and talking about the unmemorable moment, right?
Oh,
which was the why do I almost call it Raiola Taylor Martinez? I almost did it again. Which was a Raiola pick where the guy's standing right there, right? Unmemorable moment. That was it. Because when that happened, that felt like the oh crap moment.
It felt like 100%. It was like they just did it again. They were about to lose this game.
They did it again. And yet they created first of all, they got a holding call, which wow. Thank you. I mean, there's a lot to not thank you for, officials, but yes, thank you for that one. But Josh, it is another one. So this one, Maryland, Cincinnati, these are all groin kick reversals. That's 3 Michigan State, maybe? I don't know. But at least 3 or 4 groin kick reversals.
I'm happy to include Michigan State in that conversation. Alex says this is the 4th win where we're saying they used to always lose this one. Yeah,
absolutely.
And they did. I can't, Jack, I'm honest. After that pick, I can't believe they won the football game. I can't believe it. Now, thankfully for them, the other quarterback, Preston Stone, decided to throw an interception that might have even been worse.
It's hard to tell.
The Dylan Raiola. It was so bad.
They were both.
But hey, what do they do? And I don't know if Sumanji is hanging out with us in the chat tonight. They yet again have the ball late, needing a score. And what do? Jack, is that the best drive of the season? They get 4 third downs. They get 3 3rd and 7s and a 3rd and 5. And it was always like first down, second down, third down conversion. First down, second down, third down conversion. Like they just did that 4 times, and then they finish it up with a touchdown. That drive and where it came in that moment in time was so damn impressive, because it came as the wheels had fallen off a little bit and you just didn't expect it to happen.
Sorry, I muted myself because I was coughing. I was gonna look at the play-by-play.
It's Jack. It's wild. It's just so consistent, man.
I wanted to see what all the third down plays were on that one. So let's see. We had 1st and 10. Incomplete. Second down, Emmett Johnson for 3, and then
3rd and 7.
And then Emmett Johnson got exactly. Oh, Emmett Johnson made a great play to get the first on that. Just extra effort right at the pylon or at the first down line. And then 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, and then 3rd and 7 again. Short right, and Isaiah Hunter.
That play,
19 yards.
Yep, that was a really nice play to Hunter.
1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7, 3 straight 3rd and 7s. And then on that one, it was Dane Key for 13 on that one.
Another one that was really, really nice. Yep, because he broke a tackle on that one, and it was like, ooh, there's the Dane Key that I thought Nebraska was getting before the season.
And then 3rd and 5 from the 11, Ja'Cory Barney for a 7-yard pass. Look at that. All 3 wide receivers and Emmett Johnson on 3rd downs.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. Thank you for the super chat. Hoof-hearted. Wow.
How about that? A $20 bomb. Let's go. Jack is happier than I've ever seen.
This is the thing. I like winning better than losing heartbreaking losses. It's
interesting.
Tell
me more.
I'm unbelievably happy. It's freaking nice. And we've been owed this. Like this fan base. I mean, we deserve a shitload more of these. This isn't enough.
Of super chats?
Well, no, I mean, those are nice, but
okay.
We're still about 9 years in debt for these games, but it's nice to get a nice down payment from the universe on this sort of a situation. You're right, Josh. I mean, I got to give credit on that drive. I didn't even realize it was, holy cow, that it was that many in the moment.
Yeah. And
It was like four sets of 3 downs in a row that were almost exactly the same.
That's Jack. That's the wild part. Is it they just kept doing it. First down, second down, third down conversion. First down, second down. They did it 4 times, and then they finish up the drive. A couple comments. Mexi Fry writes, Dylan Raiola was a bullet. I formation. Dylan looked so sharp. Clint, Raiola was money on that drive. Huss, all those third down conversions was the most improbable Husker thing I've seen in a decade. And then I formation, Emmett pass, key pass, Hunter pass. Yeah. And then the other one too.
I want to watch it again.
I do, Jack. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, man, I kind of want to pull this game up on my computer right now and watch just that drive. And how about Emmett freaking Johnson again? Like, I think, Jack,
Dude.
when you talk about your frustration about the Minnesota game, I think if you replay that game, of course, what are you doing differently? You are, well, 2 things, I guess. You're giving Emmett Johnson the ball more.
A lot.
And then, yes, hopefully a lot. But what, Jack, what was the other thing that we talked about a lot on the pod this morning?
Quick passes.
Boom! Moving Dylan Raiola. Quick
Dude.
throws. What did Jack, I swear, very rarely do I ever watch, oh my gosh, Texas just murdered the Mississippi State quarterback.
Oh, you're ahead of me, damn it.
Oh, sorry. Very rarely.
Oh, God. Texas just murdered the Mississippi State quarterback. Wow.
Every time, Jack, that like you watch a game where it goes wrong, and then the next game, you never get the follow up where it's like, oh man, it's almost like they were listening to the shows. Look at what they're doing differently. I swear to God, the game plan today was almost like it was listening to all the podcasts and radio shows, wasn't it?
I thought about that over and like some of the plays even were like they handed it to Ja'Cory Barney on right. They did an end around. They did like plays. I think I mentioned. I'm not saying they're taking the plays from my suggestions. They could. I don't know. I have a big prominent voice, but like it was crazy, Josh. And like there's a part of me that like is like, thank goodness, but there's also a part of me that is like, yeah, I mean, like that was obvious. Why in the F did you just do it now?
100%. And all the passing stuff in particular, and giving Emmett Johnson the football more. Like it's such like a normal thing. Like, why aren't you doing this? Jack, he is now up to 837 rushing yards on the year. 837. And how about this comment from Clint? Dude looked like a mirror today. Jack,
100%.
I cannot, and I keep saying I can't get over, so I apologize. I can't get over, Jack, how he looks the later in the year now, faster, quicker, stronger. Every run now, there was like one run, I think, today where he got hit and he was unable to gain anything. Otherwise, he is always falling forward. He is always moving the opposition forward. Every time he touches the football. He's been so freaking impressive, man. Been so impressed.
I don't know what. And honestly, like something happened at the Maryland game, to be honest. Like he went from fine to good to there's no chance you can give him the ball too much, which by the way, they didn't give it to him nearly enough today. And I know his numbers were ridiculous, but there were some third down plays. There were some fourth down, the damn fumble play. Why in the living hell did he not get the ball on the fourth down when Dylan fumbled? Right. He didn't get the ball enough. He still didn't get the ball enough. My son, he came to our tailgate afterwards and he read me Emmett Johnson's stats, or maybe it was a guy I went to the game with. And I was like, I can't believe he got the ball that much, because it felt like I was pissed after every play that he wasn't getting the ball.
Well, even Jack, the drive that we just went through where Nebraska picked up all those third downs, like every first down, I'm like, okay, give it to Emmett now. And they just didn't really give it to Emmett a whole lot on that drive, even though I thought that was the drive where you really wanted him to have the football. He's as Matt says, I was a big EJ doubter. I admit I was wrong. He's gotten so much better from last year to this year. And Jack, he's gotten better from game 1 to game 8. And you hope that he can get better from game 9 to 10 to 11 to 12. Next week versus USC, man, I mean, this is, again, a game where I think you really want to lean on him against a defense that has had some issues, and really just try to grind them down a little bit. And the best part about him is he's a physical runner. I think he's really a hard runner. But Jack, his ability now to cut, I think that's the part that is jumping off the screen to me the longer this season lasts. Is his ability to make guys miss in the open field.
Josh, I mean, with all due respect to Ja'Cory Barney, he is by far the best player on this offense right now.
We talked about that on the postgame today. We said, who's the best player on the team? And I said, I think it might be Emmett Johnson now. And Matt said it's either him, Sierra Wright, or
Sierra Wright. Gia Wright. The problem is Sierra Wright. You never get to see it, but yes, yeah.
He made that one play today. It was awesome.
That play he made was like
so
unbelievable. To that he didn't interfere on that play and made it.
100%. I could not believe that they didn't throw. And then I saw the replay. I'm like, yeah, no penalty there.
It wasn't interfering. I was sitting by my buddy Jamie who I went to the game with. I was like, well, it's nice to notice Sierra Wright for the second time this season because they threw on him because nobody ever does. Ever. I've never seen a more invisible, awesome player in my life than Sierra Wright, who have you ever had an All-American you forget is on your team like for a couple of games?
This is the Sierra only Wright. Type of All-American you can have that you forget about because it means that they are just not targeting him at all. I don't think it's going to be interesting to see award-wise, Jack, what he is involved in because he isn't even going to have any of like the flashy stats. Like he has 0 interceptions this year, right? But that's because they how many times have opponents even thrown it his way? Like 6?
I looked at his
God, it's not even one a
Josh,
game.
I looked at his numbers on the tailgate show. He's got like 4 tackles this year.
Oh my gosh.
He's got like 4 tackles this year and like 5 pass breakups, which was twice what anybody has. And I think that's every pass that's been thrown at him.
Incredible.
I don't know. I feel bad because I can't even judge how good it is because he gets so few. I wish I was watching the All 11 more often and knew more X's and O's. Because, I wonder, is he, out of this world elite? I mean, he very well may be. And next week, oh, my gosh, Josh, we're going to notice him next week, baby.
Against that USC wide receiver
against his old team.
Remember, he had the interception. Didn't he have a pick 6 last year to start the game against
that
USC?
Was his game of the – he wasn't invisible then. He had a pick 6, and didn't he make a stop on a fake field goal or something in that game? Or was that
I believe, I think he had –
kick.
Yeah, he had a really nice first quarter. That's a great point, man. And next week, it's going to be some good receivers. And so I think we're going to really – I can't imagine they don't target him, more than once. So I think we're going to probably see him a little bit.
They're still not – they're still going to target Marshall and Jones more because they are not – they're
good. Jones was nice.
It was nice. Did on the replay, did he get that? I wonder.
Yep.
Did he? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. A couple comments going back to EJ for a moment. Husker for MU. EJ looks really confident. Brendan writes, the quality of every EJ run lifts the overall level of the team.
Absolutely.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
100%.
It really does.
I honestly, since Maryland, he has been a different player.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely has. And what I mean is just he got this sort of shiftiness, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
What he used to do is dance and not run. I complained about it during the Cincinnati game. I complained about it I think even in the Michigan game, he would kind of dance and not run. I don't know if he's been, I mean, all credit obviously in the world to him. I don't know if he's also been coached and developed in a way, but the jump he has made is we had our fun this year. Hey, I believe in him. I never believed in this because if he got the carries he should and was like this the whole year, Josh, he's first team all Big Ten. And I'm not even effing around right now.
No, I mean, Jack, I think that's a good statement. And it's one that I absolutely agree with because he has games where today he had 27 carries. He had 2 catches. He had 29 touches. Last week, 19. Maryland, 23. Michigan State, 19. Michigan, 24. The Houston Christian and Akron games are what they are. And then, of course, the 32 versus Cincinnati. The concern I had after Cincinnati was that they were gonna run him into the ground. Now I feel like he has 158 touches through 8 games. So no, that can't be true. The math hasn't been updated. But Josh, he's averaging over 20 touches a game. It's time to use him even more as the season comes.
But here's the thing. In that Cincinnati game, we did a he's fine thing, and he was. Something changed. Watch Cincinnati, watch today. Something's different. Even the times he got the ball against Minnesota, something is different with him. Better. Yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but he is and it's still not game-breaking, huge touchdown ability, which he's never really had. But now it's just making people miss and breaking, just sheer difficulty to tackle is what it is with him in traffic. And he still will get piled up at the front. it's still weird because like straight up the middle, they still don't trust him in short yardage.
Correct.
I kind of hate it and I kind of get it at the same time.
Well, because he's gotten the ball in short yardage situations before and he hasn't picked up the first down.
But like they spread it out with him. But they spread it out with him and he gets the ball, man. Like he doesn't unless he's just got 3 guys there who are just gang tackling him, man. He doesn't get tackled, man. Amir Abdul is honestly, it's a weirdly good comp for him, to be honest.
It is, and he was a guy who, he was the lowest rated running back that they signed his freshman year in 2011, and he was like always like a little bit better, and then he was suddenly like a freaking dude.
That's true.
And so you get him for one more year, hopefully. What kind of dude could he be? What do you think about this? Because I have a comment off of it. Bruce writes, when's Rule/Holgerson going to realize this is EJ's team and not Dylan's and run the offense through him? Jack, dare I say that they did it today? Look at the number of passes that Nebraska had and look at the number of rushes that EJ had. They threw the ball 13 times. Dylan Raiola was sacked 1 time, so that was 14 dropbacks, and then a couple others that he dropped back and ran the ball. So that you're looking at 24-ish dropbacks. Emmett Johnson had 27 carries. I don't know, man. I think I would hope that today was the beginning of a different type of offense for Nebraska over the course of the last month.
Think so, Josh, but there were 10 times in that game that I was screaming when they didn't give it to Emmett Johnson.
Yeah.
And I'm not disagreeing with your overall point, but like
because you still want him to get the ball more.
I still don't. It's almost situational, I guess. It's like they don't trust him in certain situations. I still don't quite understand about it. By the way, thanks for the super chat, Jordan. Jack,
what up, Jordan?
Jack, did you see they honored Hugh Jassel today? I must have missed that. Maybe I ran to the bathroom. I might have missed the Hugh Jassel moment. But Hugh Jassel's was he one of the World War II vets? I didn't catch that, but
yeah, probably. Congrats to Hugh.
Well, congrats to Mr. Jassel. I mean,
that's awesome.
Really glad he had that moment. He deserved it.
Yeah.
And the whole Jassel family.
Yeah. Shout out to them. By the way,
Hugh, Mini Jassel, all of them.
Biff, I like this. Had to laugh at the conspiracy saying my bad after missing the field goal. Yeah. Who else's would it be? Did you see that, Jack? When he missed that field goal, he was like, my bad. My bad. Yeah, no shit. You're a kicker.
I didn't catch that. My
bad.
Yeah.
I guess you haven't watched the TV copy yet. Jack,
no.
Have you seen a missed field goal worse in person before? Like that has
to be
the worst ever.
So like I wish we could slow time down by about 50 times because it had to be maybe 3 feet off his foot when I knew it was not going to be close. Like I almost turned my head to quit looking at it by the time it was over the line of scrimmage. I was it was like Byron Bennett's like, yeah, that's not too good, right?
God, that is so freaking funny, man. That is so freaking funny. That was among the worst kicks that I've ever seen because I'm with you, Jack. It left his foot and it was like no chance in hell.
It was barely long enough.
Clint says this is quickly turning into Husker Online. More comments, please. More fun. Fun supers.
Listen, sorry, I don't watch that program. Is this a thing there?
I think that's what happens is people do supers and they try to say, like, oh, hey, it's Jack Mehoff, like those types
will they not say it or what?
No, they will because because the people do the supers.
We'd say it without getting paid, but okay,
yeah,
whatever.
I guess that's true. We do love saying things like that. Caleb Henry, what up, Caleb? Shout out to you.
Caleb.
Are we forgetting how bad the kicks were in 2019? The kicks were very bad in 2019. That's a.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. That Caleb, that was so bad though. It left his foot, and you knew it was gonna. He pulled it right, or did he push it?
And the funny thing is, like his kicks have looked so good. The ones he makes, are just like I love. They're
right down the freaking middle.
Even against Minnesota, like they looked. They weren't really long, but man, they looked good.
Yeah, but when he misses, like against Michigan, and then today, it's like, ooh, that ain't very good. That ain't very good. Yeah. Defense, Jack. We've spent a lot of time on the offense and what happened there. I'll be honest. I thought Northwestern was going to run the ball more, especially when Komalafe finishes with 125, 7.5 yards a carry. He had that 56-yarder. I have to imagine that the I-80 Club version of a Northwestern pod, I have to imagine that they are like, why did we not give him the ball more? I have to imagine that they are pissed about the lack of Komolafe carries and that they barely, I mean, comparatively speaking, Jack, compared to recent weeks, and I know that they were trailing it, throughout much of the, especially in the second half, but 30 carries, 29 passes. Like, that's not the type of game plan that Northwestern needs to win a football game like this.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I'm still frustrated with the. I'm still frustrated. I feel like the problems from last week in terms of scheming were pretty much all there this week again, and it's weird because it feels like Butler, Josh, plays defense in a way that he's afraid of getting burned for a deep pass.
Mm-hmm.
And literally no one's done that all year.
Correct.
That's what I don't get.
Today was probably the closest to that, right? Like, Northwestern hit on a couple of nice deep balls. But
so on the first drive of the game,
yep.
I think it was Marshall or Jones. I don't remember. First drive of the game, they had a third down, and they got a big 30-yard pass on third down. And that was, it looked like he might, I don't know if there's play action, he might have bid on something like that. And he was one-on-one and he was wide open. But he plays defense like he's afraid of allowing these huge plays. And so it's conservative, and the ability to get 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 yards frequently on Nebraska, whether it's the passing or the rushing game, there's just not enough negative plays. They have got to get people behind the sticks. And they didn't get, and honestly, I mean, if you want me to critique some things about that game, the inability to get to their quarterback was just,
oh my gosh.
And listen,
that was going to cost him at the end of the game.
If I was going to give a player of the game, it might be Northwestern's right tackle. I don't know what his name is, but he would block 2 guys. He was able to handle 2 guys so frequently in that game. When you watch the highlights of that game, watch that right tackle on Northwestern's good plays, because the amount of times that he got one guy, passed him off, and got another guy, usually got McCullough. He rendered McCullough was close a few times, but the dude was always there right at the moment. And Nebraska, wow, Texas is going to tie it.
Holy my gosh, come on.
Was that
Mississippi State? What are you doing? Good God.
Oh my God.
Have some damn respect for yourselves.
Jeez.
Have some damn respect for yourselves. Bruce writes, Jack, on the Discord, I think the consensus is that Butler is paranoid in general. I mean, God, you really do view that press conference last week and it's quite, I don't know, man, very interesting, and just how he talked about things and how he approached things, and you wonder what that's going to mean. Not to get ahead of our skis too much, Jack, that USC game next week is going to be really fascinating in terms of how they try to defend that offense, given that it's so much more multi-layered than what we saw today.
And it felt like on that last chance Northwestern had, I think he blitzed, I think 3 of those plays he sent Guthrie on one play, on a safety blitz early in the game. I think he tried to send Singleton, but he finally blitzed a little bit. But man, blitz some of those dudes up to me. Let Vincent Shavers eat, man. Holy hell. Let Vincent Shavers be a playmaker. Figure out how to make McCullough a playmaker. These guys are, but they run a defense that doesn't allow them to, it feels like. And again, I think credit to Northwestern's offensive line. I think they really had a good game, but still, Nebraska is so conservative. They are the equivalent of Army on defense. It feels like Army's offense on defense.
Explain in what way?
Well, just ultra conservative. Army's going to get 4 or 5 yards of play. Nebraska's going to give up 4 or 5 yards. They're not going to have big plays, but they're also not going to give up huge losses. They're not going to get huge losses. It's like, God, they depend on something. There was one drive where Northwestern got a penalty, and it was like, okay, well, finally they're behind the sticks, and sure enough, they ended up having to punt on that drive. But it's like they're desperate to get a play where they get these teams into a 2nd and 12, right, or a 3rd and 9, or whatever. Otherwise, they're always getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sometimes more yards or quick passes or whatever. And it's what Minnesota did during the whole game. Like, confuse the quarterbacks. Like, these are not mobile. The last 2 games you haven't played mobile quarterbacks, dude. Like, get after their ass and trust your defensive backs. I don't know what they're worried about. I do not know what this defense.
I mean, does that tell a story at all about how much they actually do or don't trust the defensive backs, that they're unwilling to blitz like that? That they're unwilling to, it's a numbers game, right? So if you do that, you're going to have fewer numbers on the back end. Are they just
Jordan says real
concerned?
Well, I don't like Jordan says really. I feel like they give up.
Yeah, and Andre said feels like they give up a lot of big plays for an anti-big play defense. I mean, they gave up the 56
running.
yarder.
First of all, when you're blitzing like that, I guess running. I guess you're giving up. Name me your top 3 big pass plays Nebraska's given up this year. I mean,
honestly, you might go with 2 of them from today. I'm serious. And then I guess the throw last week, the touchdown, the 20-yarder. But I mean, those aren't. No, I know. I'm proving your point. I know. I'm proving your point right now.
No, I mean, generally, Josh, you don't blitz like that because you leave the middle of the field open, right? Or you don't blitz safeties because you leave your corners on an island.
Correct. You leave players on.
I'm not talking about the run Minnesota had. The run Minnesota last week wasn't because of some kind of a blitz. Okay, that was the run Michigan had wasn't because of some kind of a blitz. So, like, stop with that. I mean, they're playing. Let me be more specific if I wasn't clear. They're playing like they're afraid of giving up big pass plays.
I would agree, which is odd because they're not giving up big pass plays.
I would love to hear the people who disagree with me tell me about the big pass plays they've given up this year.
Because they haven't. I mean, it's been big run
plays. There's none.
Yeah, the Michigan game.
There's literally none.
Yeah,
I've never seen. Josh, they've got one of the best. I don't know. There's a Nebraska team in 30 years that's given up fewer big pass plays.
Oh, that's
it's not even close.
Yeah,
they've got the best big pass play defense this team's ever effing had, and the best one in the Big Ten. Give me a break. I mean, come on. Are you watching,
Jack? Let's go 20 yards. All right, you ready for this? 20-yard pass play. All right, let me get something else first too.
It's unbelievable.
All right, this is going to be really good, Jack. I'm going to have a couple of different stats for you. I'm going to go 20-yard runs allowed. I'm going to go 20-yard passes allowed and 20-yard plays allowed. I want you to guess. Now, this is not counting today. So there will be an extra long pass in there too. They had probably 2 passes above 20 yards today.
They had the first drive. They had the first drive. They
and
had
then
the
one
pass
at the end of the game, right? One at the end of the game. I think it'd be 2. All right. I want you to guess coming into today. How many plays, Jack? How many passes of 20 plus yards had Nebraska given up coming into today?
This year?
Yeah, whole year. I got the number for you.
Might probably give up a couple against Michigan. I don't know if Michigan State, they might have got one on like a last drive. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7.
7 pass plays of 20 plus yards, which Jack coming into the day was first in the country by 2 over Oklahoma. 30 plus yard passes, only 1, which is the best in the country. And then they've given up 0 of 40, 50, 60, etc. pass plays this entire year. They are number 1 in defending pass plays. Okay, so that's pass defense. Now let's look at the run defense. Coming into today, Jack, how many runs of 20-plus yards are you guessing Nebraska has given up on the year?
At least 3 against Michigan, maybe more.
Yep.
At a couple against Cincinnati. At a couple today. Well, maybe 1 or not maybe 1 or 2 today. I don't know, maybe 11.
Actually, fewer than that. Only 8, which is 70th best in the country. So if you smash, Jack, smash. You ready for this? This is wild. Hold on. 8. It was 8. I think you have to wear the headphones.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 8. All right, you ready for this, Jack? Final stat. Opponent, well, you now know the answer. You can do the math. It's 8 plus 7. That's 15.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where that ranks? This is long scrimmage play.
Probably last. They're bad. They give up a lot of big plays. What's the answer?
There are only 3 teams in front of them. The Oregon Ducks, James Madison, and Ohio State. Those are the only teams. It is a team that does not give up big plays, has not given up big plays. And so I think, Jack, I just might have proved your point with the actual
damn
hard
right
data.
You did.
With the actual hard data, I think I just proved your point.
I'll look for the apologies in the chat.
Yeah, interesting. That is going to be you. Hey, Jack, you want to talk about? Let me give you something else now, real fast. And people, by the way, people were like, "Hey, where are you getting these stats?" These are from CFBstats.com.
Just making them up.
I love CFB stats.
I mean, I've been watching the season. There hasn't been a pass play all year against. Like, what the hell?
All right, so now you ready for this? USC. I'm not going to have you guess. I'll just tell you. USC is tied for first in the country at 37 pass plays of 20 or more yards with Duke and Ole Miss. Their running game is 33rd in the country. They have 13. They have the fourth most explosive offense in terms of raw big plays this year. They have 50 plays of 20-plus yards. So Noah Eagle, friend of me and friend of the Grum and friend of the I-80 Club, he's joining John and I next week. I'll offer him a nice little key. Big plays, big play prevention for Nebraska. If they are able to keep those plays from happening, they are going to have a great chance of winning. If they don't, curtains, they will lose. But Jack, so far this year, that has been, I mean, dare I say, like maybe the most impressive thing that they have been able to do. So to go back to your original point, why do they what are they worried about?
And here's
maybe
my,
that's what, Jack, maybe that's why they are so good at it, because they don't blitz more.
And I see, and we don't read the YouTube chat because they're not paying, but I'm getting lectured there. And so let me respond without reading what they're saying. I'm not saying Nebraska's defense is world beaters. Understand the context of what I was saying this in. The scheme is afraid to take chances because they appear to be afraid of giving up the big play, especially in the passing game. They've got a low ass blitz rate. They're not creative with blitzes. They don't confuse quarterbacks. They don't fire up the pressure on the quarterbacks. They sit back in coverage. Okay. And so what I'm saying is the way you make the defense better, because it's not great, is to, and they could have used a ton of it today, is to be more aggressive. Let your playmakers play. Free McCullough, free V9. I mean, come on. Free Javen Wright. Free these guys. Like, let them make plays. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're the 85 Bears at all. They're not. But part of the reason they're not as good as they should be is because the way that their coach is ultra conservative. Mm-hmm. That was my point.
Yeah, and like maybe to defend Butler and Nebraska's defensive operation, maybe that's actually why they've been able to stop them, right? Is they're not doing the things
they might have a few more, Josh, but I also think Minnesota doesn't go on that freaking long-ass drive against them.
And I think Butler would admit to that too, given his response.
But guess what? Minnesota wasn't beating you on a long pass.
Yeah. Yeah, they certainly were not.
And they weren't going to get listen, they got Nebraska's given up some long runs, and I do think there are some other problems that go into that. But like, that's not a team. Minnesota, Northwestern, there's a bunch of teams they played that are not going to kill them with deep passes. Play that way up front.
Yeah.
Play up front and don't let them go, do what teams do what Minnesota did to Nebraska. Right?
Yeah, and so like, again, not to keep looking ahead to next week, but God, like what is this going to mean in terms of how they defend them? Because like, Jack, this is easily, like, we've looked at matchups and said bad matchup for Nebraska because of how they want to run the ball. I went into today saying, oh, shout out to Bruce. Hey, YouTube chat, download Discord and subscribe to the I-80 Club. Shout out to you, Bruce, helping us out. Jack, coming into last week, we were worried this is a problem because they do the thing on offense that Nebraska doesn't do very well on defense. Next week, it's different because it is more about, in my opinion, the opponent themselves. It's more about, can they shut down the things that USC does really, really good, really, really well? Can they shut down those things, including a pass game? And Nebraska's pass defense has been super awesome this year. So Jack, for the first time, maybe in a matchup, I am most excited to kind of break down and look ahead to a game where Nebraska is going to be on defense, because I think that there's an interesting chess match with Nebraska and Lincoln Riley on Saturday night, next Saturday.
Yeah, no, but I mean, again, let's not act like this defense's strength is not slowing down prolific big play pass teams. It is. It absolutely is. Take advantage of that. Take advantage.
So that's
people are mad now because they think I'm being too negative. This is amazing.
You're so happy. Earlier, somebody said they'd never seen you. Remember the 20 bomb in here? Somebody said, "Where's it at?"
Listen, by the way, I'm
happier than I've ever seen. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. I got 20.
Saying we got $20.
I'm mad at people trying to lecture me, telling me Nebraska's defense gives up tons of big plays, and that's what I'm not. That's who I'm most annoyed with.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Dude,
100%. Is anybody like? Does anyone really disagree? Is anyone disagreeing with me? That Butler's
they are. Even though
Butler's defense needs but just on the idea, my main theorem.
I don't think anyone disagrees.
Which is Butler's defense needs to be more aggressive, needs to get after the quarterback more. Does anyone disagree with that? They're not getting it with 4. They're not, right? No. God bless Cam Lenhart, Keona Davis, all those guys. They ain't getting it with those guys. They're gonna have to be more aggressive and take some risks. Does anyone disagree with that?
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
I don't think so.
That's my complaint.
I don't think so. And so, what does that mean? What does that mean starting next week? And what does it mean moving forward for the rest of the season? What else? What else? What you mad?
The YouTube chat is making me mad.
Okay.
It's just not understanding me, whatever. But anyway,
it's fine.
I can move on to it. Discord's what I'm watching. So
great comments in the Discord.
Just misrepresenting, being
misrepresented. Chris says, I think the defense is also hurt due to them not seeming very physical in the front 7. It always has the vibe they're pushed around, and today they miss tackles in the most unfortunate situations.
Tackle for Northwestern pushed everybody around.
The run that Northwestern had on the touchdown that eventually tied the game was bad, right? That was the one where he kind of ran into the line and then he just backed out and then ran around the edge, and it was an easy touchdown. Wasn't that one, or was it a different one? I can't remember which. I can't remember the order of the touchdowns.
Yeah,
I think that was the one that tied the game. I think.
Listen,
that was the one that
I'm kind of taking that for granted when I'm saying what I'm saying right now. I just said it 90 seconds ago. Is the front 4, Keona Davis, RVP, Lenhart, those guys are not on pass defense. They're not winning the one-on-one matchups to get pressure. Mm-hmm. They're not beating the guy across from them. I'm sure you guys would all love to call it physicality because you love that word, but I have a more accurate way to describe it, and they're not able to get past the guys blocking them.
Yeah.
And that's a big, that's again why I come to the conclusion that I do. So I think that's all right. I don't think the linebackers had a great game today, either in run defense. Like, they're missing their fits. Like, you want to know what the problem is with a bunch of these runs, including the touchdown where Northwestern went super tight, and then the guy goes into the pile.
That's the one that I was talking about. That's the one. That's the one.
Yes, that's the one. I mean, you got linebackers who aren't in there. You've got people who are not. That's missing their assignments on that for sure. Yeah. And there were other ones on running plays too, where there were I think the linebackers struggled with some of those. So the defense has a clear strength. It's pass defense, or it's pass defense, right? Mm-hmm. It would be incredibly helpful if they could put enough pressure on a quarterback that they were not able to dink and dunk across the field and get runs and get them moving backwards at some point, because good God, this defense is good when they're at 3rd and 14, right? But they rarely get teams into it.
Yeah, because it's a predictable play situation. By the way, Jack, 1 quarter down in Eugene. Well, there's one more play now. Oregon and Wisconsin are still tied at 0.
I called that one.
Texas and Mississippi State are in overtime, tied at 38. Michigan's about to score. They are at 2nd and goal now, I believe, on the first drive of the game. And LSU has already had to call a timeout. Jack, they could have just taken a delay of game on 3rd and 19. Instead, they decide to call a timeout and waste a timeout 5 seconds into the football game. What?
I got to turn on this Wisconsin-Oregon game.
That is amazing. That is some dumb shit. 3rd and 19 with 13:06 to go in the first quarter, and you're wasting a timeout.
I had a weird feeling Wisconsin would keep this close.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. It was my
flip of the day.
My flip. Well, not that in my pick'em contest. It was one of my top 4 picks, Wisconsin. The number was high, but that was just because I thought the number was a little high. So,
let's see. Jordan writes, this is like Bo in the Big Ten all over again. Oh, he's talking about they're not taking up space either. Too many linemen getting to the linebackers.
Don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah. Andre says, I noticed on one play that our edge blitzes and takes the easy outside move that the right tackle gives to him, and then the back runs straight through the gap left by not sealing off the inside. Not really.
I agree with that too.
I know how to fix it, but I feel like I've seen that before. And again,
one of the ways you could help it is by sending more guys and giving the tackles more to think about.
Mm-hmm. Not to keep talking about next week, Jack, but like this is going to be the best offense they've seen. It's going to be the most diverse offense they've seen. It's going to be the best play caller that they have seen. It's going to be the toughest. Like it's going to be something the quarterback can do a variety of things. Maeva can do a variety of things. I've been really impressed with him this year. I think he's a good player. The thing that could really work in Nebraska's favor is Lincoln Riley does some of the dumbest shit imaginable sometimes. So that could end up being a nice positive for Nebraska over the course of the night. But defensively, they're going to be stretched and challenged in ways that they have not been this year. And so that's going to make it a very fascinating game. Very fascinating.
I look at the defensive line like I look at the offensive line at this point, right? They kind of are what they are.
Got to figure out ways to
you've got to scheme
it.
It's what I said all this morning about the offensive scheme, and then they 100%. Did it. I think you've got to do that with the defensive scheme. You got to listen. None of them are perfect, right? You're not Alabama or whomever on any of these things, and especially on the line of scrimmage this year. You've had weaknesses at other positions this year. It's definitely on the line of scrimmage for each of them, but you've got to at least scheme around that a little bit and make up for some of the issues. And I thought the offense did a good job with that today. Defense made plays when it needed to. But it's not like I think the defense is bereft of playmakers either. That's the other thing. I think
100%.
Shavers, McCullough in particular, those two guys, I would say.
Obviously, right.
Potentially Nwaneri, and then in the defensive back.
Wright's a playmaker in a different way, but he is obviously a playmaker.
Right. Yes, and I think Singleton. Did Singleton get hurt today or something? Was he out at some point? I could be wrong, but I think he can be that too, just in terms of tackling. God, I would love to see them send him into the backfield sometime. He's a freaking that dude likes to hit. I mean, geez, like give me a corner blitz. Let's send Sierra Wright on a corner blitz once.
That'd be interesting to see what he would do coming off the edge like that, screaming towards the quarterback.
Like, have we even seen anything close to anything like that? They did that last year.
Yeah,
I saw that last year. Sierra Wright.
Yeah, I don't think
he had a couple of TFLs last year.
By the way, Jack, Arch Manning gets a first down, but he gets hurt in the process. He going down a player.
Texas fans are probably happy.
Yeah, they are, honestly. The Tiffy hive of Texas A&M or of Texas fandom having a good time.
Oh, there was a Tiffy chant going behind us today.
Really? What were they saying? Tiffy.
Yeah,
or were they saying TJ?
Yeah, they were saying something, and the woman in front of me didn't understand what they were saying, and her husband explained it to him, and they're like saying, "Is he saying TV or what?" I can't. Funny. It was funny. Hey, let me say this about the crowd. It did not feel like I was surprised. It did not feel like
everyone's miserable and hates
toxic.
Everything.
No, it was loud.
It helped that they had a great first drive right away.
Yes, it did. The way the game started, but the game was loud. That crowd came when the defense needed it. It was a really good crowd. They didn't leave. The student section was full. Man, I've seen so many games there where it clears out decently. Okay, let me see what happened before you freak out.
Sorry, no, it's the LSU
I thought you watched the Texas game. Oh, okay.
I have that one up, but it was the LSU one. It looked like a guy made an insane interception, but he didn't.
I mean, I would give kudos to everybody who was at that game. That crowd did not ever make it feel for this team. There was no booing. There was no. I mean, there was. It was at the officiating. There was a lot of booing at the officiating. But I thought, I was really impressed with the crowd today. Honestly, it was way better, louder, felt like a bigger game than I expected that it would. So, you can use it as an advantage. Don't ever be tempted. I know every coach gets tempted. Rule did a great job of not being tempted by it, but don't ever be tempted by making them not an asset. It's a dumb move.
And that's why it's good that he tells Dylan like to shut up about the crowd booing garbage. It's like, don't worry about it. Focus on yourself.
And then he said, did the they should boo thing. And
they did the we. So like that, I like that. Embrace that type of stuff. Royals Girl writes, do you think Dylan was able to shake off and turn a corner this game after he got hit the first time? I don't remember what happened after he got hit, but that'd be huge if he doesn't get discouraged right away. Jack, he had a play I remember in particular, because I tweeted about it. It was so good in terms of his ability to make a move. So he made a move, stepped up, rolled a little bit, threw the ball. And it was like, damn, that's exactly what we have been asking for and wanting from him for a long, long time. So I thought that today the interception was atrocious. I thought it was a nice bounce back. I also thought, Jack, that they did kind of what we had been hoping for, right? Where it was like quick passes on the move, and he did hit a fade for a touchdown. And so, like, I thought that today was, mostly
a great
good
catch. But
yeah. Oh, incredible catch. They only had him throw it 22 times. He dropped back another couple. He got sacked once. He had a couple of runs. I thought he was solid today. As we talked about close to an hour ago now, Emmett Johnson stole the show on offense, but I thought that Dylan did. I thought that was
he was good.
A solid bounce back after what happened last week.
It made me wonder when he threw that pick, because his bad picks, Josh, have been short.
So bad.
They've been short passes where he doesn't see a guy or misreads the coverage. They've not been like bad, poorly executed passes, like, right? You just misthrow it. It's been, he didn't see, he had his eyes on Danke on that one, and he didn't see that linebacker at all, because he's right there.
Correct.
You had to not be looking to not see that linebacker right there sitting in zone coverage. And he had one like that against Michigan. One of those against Minnesota or Maryland was like that. Like that. Part of me wonders if that's why they hesitate in the short passing game sometimes, which is bad.
Oh, interesting, because they're worried he's going to turn it over.
The coverages or whatever are screwing him up in some of those short passing game, because that's where that's where his worst mistakes come, in passes within 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Matt says, I truly believe Dylan should see an optometrist. What if he can't see?
I don't know, man. That guy.
Remember Jameis Winston? Remember Jameis Winston? All the memes with him where he couldn't see, and it's like he finally had surgery. That'd be pretty. Hilarious if that was actually the case. That pass was that guy was right there the whole time. Yeah. Travis says Northwestern pick was bad too. I don't think Wright moved 6 inches to get that.
Okay.
Dude, seriously,
it may
those
have been worse.
Interceptions on back-to-back drives were just like, whoa, what are we watching?
Oddly,
right now?
Northwestern's might have been worse, and here's why: there were 2 other guys who might have picked.
Correct. He threw, and it was 3 Huskers and 1 Wildcat. That was terrible. Dude, that was absolutely awful.
I can't believe.
Absolutely awful.
You know what? You know what happened on that? I think that was the play. I could be wrong. I need to go back and watch it. That they blitzed what's his name? 21 on that one. I think they blitzed the safety on that play, or they did some kind of they put a little heat on him, which is another reason why you do that, by the way. You don't always get home, but you force some bad throws too. Guthrie.
100%. All right, Jack. Look ahead a little bit with me. Oh,
one more thing. Rocco Spindler being in makes all the difference in the world.
Yes. Oh, it absolutely did. It absolutely. I just realized we haven't mentioned Teddy. Like, that sucks that his career, just never has had a chance to have any sort of injury luck whatsoever.
He got another shot today, and he did because Gattulo was hurt, and that's why that sack happened. His knee went out on the play, and the dude runs him over. Thought he made a great play.
Exactly.
And that was it for the sacks today. So, shout out. And I thought Pritchett, watching, they're starting to see what Pritchett in pass protection can do. He looked good, but when Spindler and Evans get going in run blocking, Josh, it's weird because Nebraska has an inability sometimes to make short yardage in the run game. Yet on the other side of it, you will see those two clear out freaking
Jack,
the Red Sea. Those two especially.
Jack, we were joking about that. Matt and I were at the end of the game because when it's 3rd and 1, it's like the hardest yard in the history of the program. And then, so they had one of those where like they barely got the first down. And I said, now watch, it's first down and Emmett Johnson's going to pick up 7 yards. Boom. He literally did on that play. It's wild how difficult it is on, and like, I get it. It's predictable. When
Obviously,
it's 3rd and short, we know what we're going to do, but like,
still, but they'll
seems
destroy
like a
people.
struggle to do. Yes, it seems like it's not about the number of bodies. It's just that their push suddenly disappears. Whereas otherwise their push is awesome and they're able to make plays.
Watch Emmett's touchdown on the first play. Like, I mean, Spindler, if Emmett has a good run, Spindler is killing someone.
Yeah, Clint says, are we better off going spread and running on those plays?
Yes.
I do think that, Jack, that yes, when they run in passing situations, I think they oddly find some success when they're spreading it out. Like, Emmett gets such he's so quick right now, and I think his vision is really there that it allows for him to pick up a healthy chunk. I feel like
Spindler and Evans are just so much better when they're spread out a little bit. Like, they are good longer range blockers. I don't even quite know how to use the nomenclature for offensive line, but they're both really good run blockers. They really are. Those two guys. I don't know about the rest of them. I mean, I'm not trying to crap on them, but those two guys are Spindler is a really good run blocker. I just wish they can convert that to, it's 2nd and 3 inside 100%. The 10, and we trust the middle of our offensive line, right? Or even, they did the Heine shove when they brought Harburg in on 4th down that time, which is fine, but like,
and it barely worked, right?
And if you have got an all conference type running back, figure out a way. I wish they could give it to him for those short yardage plays.
I do too. I do too.
Middle.
Baymon writes, it wasn't perfect, but it was a much better game plan this week.
Oh,
it was.
Absolutely. Dude, credit to Holgerson. Like, I mean, I still don't know how in the hell he called that game against Minnesota. Like, what was he doing? I have no idea. But this is what it should have looked like. And by the way, this game plan beats Minnesota. That's the frustrating thing. Mm-hmm. This offensive game plan beats Minnesota.
It's wild how different they can look sometimes from week to week. And last week, I mean, I know we did the whole, did they want to beat Minnesota as much as Minnesota wanted to beat them? Like, I know we did that type of stuff, but Jack, last week, it really did at times seem a lot more on the individual coaches, on the coordinators themselves. And so like week to week, that even they have this in them where you hate what Dana Holgerson does one week. And then tonight, I don't really know what more he could have done. If I'm being honest, like I thought he called a pretty good game plan with a quarterback that's been struggling, right? And an offensive line that's been struggling. You want to
only complaint is they were still hesitant to go to Emmett in certain situations. That's my only complaint. But other than that, I mean, in terms of like large scale, 1,000%, like that's the way this offense needs to run. Mm-hmm. And they did every part of it. Quick passes, getting the receivers the ball, handing it off or whatever it is. Like that first drive they had a play I loved so much. It was a quick play action pass. Was it Hunter or Key? I can't remember. Very first, within the first like 5 plays of the game. I loved it so much. And it's just, there was a part of me that was just like, where in the hell has this been? Because this play, again, these play calls would have beat Minnesota, I think.
Yeah. Comment from Baymon, I'd give him a B+. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, Clint says Hunter RPO.
Is that what it was? Yeah, it was an RPO.
Dude, that was
he pulled it.
That was really nice.
Josh, you know what it had?
Boom, boom,
rhythm.
Boom, boom,
pace,
boom.
Rhythm.
Yeah.
Like let Dylan let him do that a little bit.
Yeah,
he's got a great arm. Let him zing some. I said it this morning. Let him zing some bullets in there.
That was really nice. You hope that they're able to do that more moving forward. By the way, Jack, Texas wins in overtime, and Mississippi State had a Nebraska-like final drive of the game. It ended on a 4th and 20 sack fumble. So that is how Mississippi State got it. I mean, I swear we've done a game exactly like that in the Chronicles. Yikes.
Dude, Stanford's beating Miami. I just saw in the chat. Thank you, whatever. I hadn't seen that. I'm gonna switch.
Yeah, I just turned that one back on. I had it off. I saw that they were down. Okay, they're down 7-0 right now, and it's 3rd and goal. It looks like they're reviewing a play that I think they might have scored a touchdown on. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Did BYU beat Iowa State?
I believe in the end they ran away with it. They beat them by double digits, I think. Which is
not surprised.
I am.
Iowa State's
like
fading. Matt. By the way, Matt Campbell's doing a Matt Rule thing here with his career. Now, that's mean to Matt Rule. You know what I mean? What we were worried about Matt Rule losing out and having Penn State. I mean, Iowa State. They're. I don't know. And maybe Matt Campbell's got enough of a like resume that doesn't.
Oh yeah, he's totally good. He's totally good. Jordan writes, can we talk about the idiot who lit 5 and 7 on the prediction sheet, or who put 5 and 7 on the prediction sheet? What a dummy. I'm guessing that this was Jordan who put 5 and 7 on the prediction sheet. So good job by you, Jordan, acknowledging your faults. 6 wins, Jack, through 8 games. Matt Rule, and I appreciate this about him, like as LSU scores a touchdown, he does not want to celebrate getting to Bull Elliott. Like they really want him to. That like the media were like, "Hey, you did it," and he's like, "Who cares?" You know, it's like, which is good. Like that's not what this. It's not what the program is about anymore. This for all of the frustration about the 2 losses in particular and how last week unfolded, Jack. I mean, they are ahead again of where they have been the last 2 years, and that is so important. We spent so much time, and God, I was just getting worried as that third and fourth quarter is going like it is. I'm just thinking they are going to be 5 and 3. They're going to come off another dispiriting loss, and then they're going to welcome USC into town. And as I drove into the station, I was thinking, so then they're going to be 5 and 4. And then I'm like, and then are they going to go to the Rose Bowl and win? And I started having all these dark thoughts. And so for them to play like they did, you know, at the beginning of the second half, and then on that last drive, yet again, the Stumanji drive chart stuff, like now it's 2 times in a row where they've been able to do this.
This is the strength of this team somehow. Special teams and winning close games, coming up with a big play at the end, has become this team's, instead of their complete Achilles heel, is now their weakness. And they have other weakness, or now their strength. Now they have other weaknesses, but it's nice. You know, it's really, really nice to be there. I mean, like at some point, I mean, it's paid dividends to win that. I said it when it happened, paid dividends to win the Boston College game, the Cincinnati game, the Michigan State game, like they did. It paid dividends. The Maryland game, especially. Mm-hmm. They all paid dividends with this team. They don't freak out anymore. And like that alone, exercising that demon that's something huge.
Yeah.
It's something huge. And I hope it's still there when they play Iowa, to be honest, because that's when it shows up more than anything. But it's interesting to think of the end of the. Oh, sorry. Were you gonna?
I was just gonna say I saw a tweet that I thought of you, and so I just wanted to make sure you saw it. But
Stephen Barry's era. That's funny.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Stam. No, I want to see. Let's talk about the end of like kind of the big picture now for the rest of the year. And I know there were a whole bunch of people who are very like people are already getting on the USC as invincible pipe. I can already kind of sense it. Like I can already see what this week's going to be like. You're going to get old Jack back this week, so enjoy that, Josh. Like,
let's go, baby.
I'm already annoyed with how good people think USC is.
Hey, you know what, Jack? Real quick before you go, at least it's USC and not like Purdue. That we're no offense, Greg and Lincoln.
It's fine.
Right? Like at least we're doing it with USC.
And Nebraska should be an underdog to him, but let's calm down. I mean, they went to Illinois and lost. Honestly, like
I guess
they went to Notre Dame and got beat pretty well. Like, calm down.
We and by the Corey writes about that Texas jersey where the last name is Longhorns. Corey and I in college always joked about the people who wore the Walmart jersey where someday somebody is going to be named Huskers and like Huskers. They're going to make it. They're going to have the jersey that says Huskers on the back and they're going to make a killing.
And it's always doesn't look anything like the
Tigers. Yeah, the font, everything is so different. Everything is so weird. But yeah, you are right in terms of how USC is going to be built up. I do think they are not the best team they are probably the best team Nebraska's played this year, except for Cincinnati, because they beat Michigan. I was going to say, never mind, Michigan's better than USC. I can't say that because USC kicked the shit out of Michigan.
Yeah, they did.
Look, here's the thing about USC. Good offense, yet again. Really good offense. Bad defense, yet again. And so this could be a game where if Nebraska's offense is playing like it did at times today, they could move the ball and they could put up some points. The defense, as we discussed earlier, is going to be stressed at a level that they have not been stressed this year because of the multitudes of ways that USC can actually attack you. Now, as Husker for MU writes, They lost at Maryland last year. And that's the thing, Jack, about this game. It is in Lincoln. And USC has done a horrible job at traveling across the country since they have joined the Big Ten. I'm going to pull it up real fast.
Well,
if you look at
I was just going to say, what's their okay, Michigan game admitted. Good win by them.
Very good.
What's their second best win?
Their second best win. Let me open up their schedule this year. Their second
you're
best
gonna have
win,
a hard time finding one convincing.
Yeah, it's like Michigan State or Purdue. I mean, it honestly, yeah. I mean, that which kind of proves your point.
They beat Purdue by 16. Shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Good God. I hadn't heard that. That changes things.
Honestly, Jack, they are Nebraska, except they don't have the loss of like the Minnesota epic just ass whooping loss. Like the Notre Dame game, they had the lead before a kickoff return touchdown in the second half swung it. They had some really dumb play calls. That's the difference between them. They have the same number of losses, but it has not come by 18 points to a team that they were favored against. But here's, Jack, what's happened to them over the last 2 seasons when they have traveled across the country, not staying on the West Coast. At Michigan last year, lost by 3. At Minnesota last year, lost by 7. At Maryland last year, lost by 1. And then you go into this season at Purdue, they beat them by 16. At Illinois, they lost by 2. At Notre Dame, they lost by 10. When this team has to travel across the country, they have really, really struggled under Lincoln Riley. And so you hope that can be the case again on Saturday night in Memorial Stadium.
They gave up 31 points to Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska's offense can score on them.
Yeah, as long as they don't do dumb shit, they can, absolutely.
Nebraska's defense doesn't give up big plays, despite what a lot of you think. It's a good matchup, in my opinion.
It's a fun matchup. It's going to be a really fun one to talk about because I don't think my early lean, Jack, is USC. But it is, I think that the good that it finally feels like a good on good that we haven't seen in terms of Nebraska's defense and a team's pass offense, which I'm excited for because a lot of the time this year, it's like the team is good at what Nebraska's bad at. It's been that way for the last 3 weeks. I'm excited to talk about something where the team is good at the thing Nebraska is also good at. Nebraska's pass defense. Fewest big plays through the air allowed all season long. Let's see what happens going up against a passing offense in USC that's going to really try to stretch things. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yep.
Ooh, Huss points out that you don't believe in travel issues. That's a great point.
Well, and you made a great point when you're like, Michigan State is going to beat UCLA because of the travel issues. And Michigan State, as you said, hammered UCLA in that game because of travel issues. So
correct.
That's on me.
Yep, correct. Not to brag, but I got that one right, and I'm not going to check the score to confirm that I got it right. I'm just going to agree with you. And
I wouldn't even look. Travel issue. Why is Miami wearing camouflage? It's funny that Miami's wearing camouflage after their quarterback threw like 5 picks the week before.
Terrible, Jack. These are awful uniforms.
Those are horrid.
Have some respect for yourself, Miami. You are a proud program. You should not be wearing garbage like this.
I would lose my mind if Nebraska wore those.
Yeah, at least Nebraska's just wearing alternate black uniforms.
I feel like at least with Nebraska, it's like hunting is cool here. So they're hunting. They would have some bright orange on it or something.
I would be triggered if Nebraska wore hunting uniforms. I would be absolutely livid.
Oh, yeah. Special uniforms next week. Are you excited?
Hell
is
yeah,
Andrew Luck a coach? What is Andrew? Is Andrew Luck the head coach? All they're doing is showing Andrew Luck on the side.
He's the GM. He is the GM who has a lot of power.
Now. He is 100% coaching the team right now.
He has a lot of power.
Maybe head coaching them.
What, Jack, is the most likely record that Nebraska finishes the season with? Bryce Underwood just scored a touchdown, by the way. Michigan's about to go up 10-0.
Who are they playing? I don't even know.
Michigan State.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we are now at 6-2, right? And we got USC, UCLA, Penn State. Jeez.
Did you see? We haven't mentioned Iowa, but they absolutely blitzed Minnesota.
Man,
they won 41-3, I believe.
What's UCLA? That's the hard thing.
It is.
It's fair to think. I think USC is the favorite against Nebraska. I don't know what Penn State will be, and I don't know what UCLA will be. That's what's so freaking hard. And Iowa,
And we don't know what Nebraska will be
I
against
still
those
don't
teams.
think, I don't care how terrible or great Iowa is. It will be the same thing. So I don't know about that. So that is like, I mean, I think the most likely, good Lord, that is a really good question because Penn State and UCLA are vexing me right now. But I don't want to say one win, but ugh.
I was going to say most of the comments right now are 7-5. Jordan writes 7-5. Baymon, I just cannot trust them enough yet to see better than 7-5.
I mean, I have like 7.4.
Yeah,
is my number. Like, I don't know.
Well, Jordan
man.
writes, I think UCLA's fun ride may be over. So, Jack, I don't know how much of that game you saw today, but
No, none. I just saw the score. They got
what
rolled.
was the final? Was it
Indiana? Indiana does it to
56
everyone
to
though.
6? Was it
Yeah.
56-6? Is that what it was? That
Yeah.
team, Jack, are they the best team, or is you still leaning Ohio State?
Indiana.
Dude, I think Indiana might win the national championship.
Every time. Well, I said it this morning. I was like, "Hell, I say it'll be close, and then it won't." And sure enough, that's
They
what
are
happened.
unreal. They do not allow anyone to
What is
feel
going on?
comfortable.
They're taking steroids or something, right? What's going on? There's something there. This is the 98 McGuire Sosa thing. Is what this is
what
with them.
what they do on a weekly basis to teams is so freaking impressive.
Josh, I just have no way to even conceive of what that Penn State game is gonna be like.
I know, yeah, and because Matt says 7-5 was my preseason prediction, UCLA being the last win. So Jack, I am before the season. Josh is a perfect 8 for 8. I picked all 6 wins. I picked the 2 losses. Now inside of the season, I struggled because I picked them to beat Michigan. I picked them to beat Minnesota. But here is where I got a little frisky. I said that they would pull off the upset against USC, and then I said they would lose out after that. I said they would win a game that they are not favored to win, and then they would lose a game they're not favored to lose, which is UCLA, and then they would lose to Penn State, and they would lose to Iowa. The hard part is, if you were to tell me before the year that this is what the November opponents would look like, I'd say USC is about the team I thought that they would be. I would say UCLA is better, though let's see how they respond to today, certainly. Penn State is, of course, way worse than I ever expected them to be. And then Iowa, I hate to admit it, I think Iowa's better than I thought they would be, Jack. I don't like the...
Well, it's not... I mean, they probably are a little bit... People are going to freak out about this win today. I mean, they're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're fine. Last time you said that, Emmett Johnson turned into the best running back since Amir Abdullah, though.
I think Nebraska's going to beat Iowa. Of the 4, if I had to pick one they're going to win, that's it for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd go UCLA number 1. And then I think I'd go USC number 2, Penn State number 3.
I got to go the 2 home games, honestly. I would go Iowa, USC is the most likely win.
Really? What? Explain your work on UCLA being behind those teams, because those are much better football teams than UCLA is. I don't understand that.
UCLA has looked, today notwithstanding, they've looked really good week after week after week. Nico looks like the best quarterback Nebraska's seen since all year.
Well, Mayaava's going to be better, but yeah, sure.
I saw Mayaava last year against Nebraska, and
he's better than he was last year, though.
And I said, there's zero chance USC brings this guy back.
I was in agreement. Yeah, I thought that they would.
He's still the same Mayaava. He didn't. He's not a new person.
Okay. I think you're being.
Listen. What did I tell you about Childs? Interception machine.
Sure.
Mayaava's got interception machine in him.
Are you sure?
This pass defense. Oh, I'm sure.
He threw 6 picks last year, and admittedly, it was in fewer attempts because he came on late. He's only thrown 4 this year.
He started playing like a game before Nebraska.
Yeah, he's thrown 4 picks, though, Jack, in your defense, those 4 interceptions have all come over the course of his last 3 games. He had 9 touchdowns, no picks in the month of September. Well, the early part of September. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, Illinois. 2-1 against Michigan. 2-2 last week versus Notre Dame.
Clip it.
What's up?
I'll look into the camera. Mayaava's going to throw a huge pick in this game against Nebraska.
Okay. Put that one on the board. Clip it.
All
right. That'd be nice. That would be very nice for Nebraska.
Husker Frem, you says Nico is throwing bad picks, and I didn't see Nico today. I honestly,
how you propping up Nico, but
I don't know,
Jordan
man. I
Mailata
saw him
sucks?
against Penn State. That's where I saw most of him, and he looked great in that game. But
Brendan says UCLA and Penn State are the likeliest wins. Iowa is a loss. I still am not willing to go all the way there with Penn State, and maybe I'm a moron, but like cross country
I just don't
trip,
know what those two teams are.
just,
I don't know.
and like I was impressed by them last week against Iowa. Now let's see what happens when they play Ohio State next Saturday on Big Noon. But like I came away impressed by them.
Nebraska fans love being impressed by Iowa so much. There's no,
no,
I mean,
we don't. Nobody
no,
loves
they
being
do.
impressed
No, they
by-
do.
You
No,
stop it.
Josh,
You
they
stop
do.
it. You're
Stop
arguing
it.
with a
There's
straw
no
man.
Wisconsin, and so
Here
they
we
have to
go.
they have to double down on how much they love Iowa.
Come on, bro. Nobody wants to like Iowa.
Hey.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, did you see
What?
Iowa State today against BYU?
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of Iowa.
They did.
Iowa
Well, I mean, they
State
only
did.
won by like 2, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, it was physical battle was won by Iowa State. I thought Iowa State's physicality was a
physicality.
Don't give me this about Iowa. I'm not going to be able to handle this.
Okay. All right.
Who do they? They're probably going to. What do they got next? Oh, look who Iowa is next. Oregon, USC, Michigan State.
Oh.
Outside chance of them going 0-3 there.
Hell yeah. Is that Oregon game? That's in Autzen, right? Is that in Eugene or is that in Iowa? It's in
Iowa because they rig it for Iowa to get all
Barf.
the big games.
How do they get Penn State and Oregon coming and Indiana? That's the greatest college schedule of all time for home games. What are we doing here?
Weird. It's the 87th year in a row they've gotten that. Congrats, Iowa. You keep doing it with your schedule.
That is so weak. God, that is so weak.
I can't wait till Oregon hangs 90 on them next week.
Please, they better. They're hung like 2 points on Wisconsin.
That's fine. Don't
get
lose.
Their shit together.
Lose this game. Beat Iowa by 90, and maybe that'll mute the Iowa love.
Yeah,
I'm back.
It doesn't exist. For the record, the Jack is arguing with
Jack
a man
hating the Big Ten West
straw.
is back.
A man made of straw.
I love it. And I'm going to include USC in the Big Ten West because they basically are.
By the way, Jack, as we get ready to say goodbye, I'll offer a couple thoughts to you. I feel like this day could have been so much better, but South Carolina and Mississippi State had to absolutely shit the bed. Good job by you.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm doing a little. I started looking at some games. I'm not going to lie. After the win, I started thinking, my mind started doing the goodwill hunting. Well, who you rooting for? Playoff style.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
It's okay to do that. There's no shame in it. You're not doing something dirty or perverted if you're doing that. It's okay to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And next week, it's okay to do that too. I would encourage you throughout the day to start thinking.
Heck, they win. Hey, let's make a promise to our friends. If they win next week, maybe we have to start doing some Tuesday night playoff reaction pods. Maybe that's what we.
I heard you and Matt talking about this. You guys think they're going to be ranked on the playoff rankings? Oh,
well, if they beat USC, they would be if they beat USC because the playoff rankings come out after USC.
I gotcha. Sorry, I didn't catch what I didn't understand or know the schedule or any of that.
So, if they win, Jack and I are going to have to start having some Tuesday night podcast conversations because
Nebraska playoff possibility breakdown.
Okay.
What
right.
I mean, what do I need to cheer for the rest of the night? I need to know now.
Jack, I think honestly, let's I don't want to. You have a lot of work right now. You do 2
Oregon
radio
needs
shows.
To lose this game.
You're America's favorite radio and podcast guest. Like you do all sorts of stuff. But
I agree.
I would say this, Jack. If they win next week, I think that you're going to have to get into the who you rooting for lab and start cooking together some spreadsheets and some charts.
And I want to cheer tonight provisionally for that. So
all right, root for Michigan State, even though they're going to get bludgeoned by Michigan. Root for Wisconsin, which that's disgusting, Jack. You're a monster if you do that. I think you need to root for Texas A&M over LSU because you want to knock LSU out of the playoff.
Thank you.
Picture.
That's helpful.
Yeah. And you know what? You probably want to root for Stanford over Miami. I think that you need Stanford to beat Miami.
Kentucky over Tennessee, maybe?
Sure.
Maybe,
yeah, of course.
Houston over Arizona State.
I was just going to say Houston over Arizona State.
Love definitely. The Cougs. I love Dana Holgerson.
People forget about Dana.
He coached the Cougs. He's a great offensive coordinator this week.
All right, so those are the things that you're rooting for, and those are the things that we are doing. Wow, one more from Bruce. I was late to coffee this morning because Jack kept me up late. That being said, shout out to Jack for an absolute banger last night.
Let's go. Let's
Jack,
go.
what is Bruce talking about? If the folks in the YouTube are hanging out and they're like, what is this? Jack, what did he do? He was up late. Were you hanging out with one of your subscribers
No,
last night? Did you invite him over to your home? Is that what
It was,
happened?
and I want to shout out to the I-80 Club members because Pius and Waverly went late because it was a good game and it wasn't supposed to be. And I did every once in a while, if you're an I-80 Club member, one of the things you get is free DJ sets by me occasionally. Trying to do them more often. People get frustrated. I can't believe that I wish I could record the conversations I have with my wife about these. I'm like,
my wife.
Like last night, I was like, I'm going to do one of these. And I'm like, I know you don't believe this, but people get really frustrated that I don't do them.
They do.
And she's like, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not kidding. They do. Like, they're frustrated with me that I'm not. Like,
they like legitimately are. People are actually pissed. They're coming up angry tears in their eyes saying, sir,
I won't go. I saw that I hadn't done one since like the beginning of August. So,
oh, wow. It's been that long.
Maybe it was the end of August. I don't know, but I won't let it go that long again. So
good. All right. So there you go. So patreon.com/I80 Club. If you would like all that we have to offer, we would love to have you. We do pods there. Literally, we have podcasts every single day. We do 2 on Saturdays during the season, though we will not have a post-game show next week because it's a night game and Jack is going to it. So we will have a Sunday one. We'll give you all the deets on that one as we get closer. Tomorrow, Jack, we will have a Before the Witching Hour with Matt McMaster and yours truly getting ready for the NFL. Matt is coming over to my domicile tomorrow, as are Mike Schaefer and Connor Happer. We're watching a little NFL ball, the Omaha Bro. It's the Omaha Bros, Jack. I apologize.
I'm going to be in Omaha tomorrow night, though. Dang.
Are you really? You want to come over for Sunday Night Football?
No, I'm going to be at the teammates event, but darn.
Oh, that's a bummer.
You know who they got?
Tom
Murray.
Osborne.
Bill Murray.
Is that why he was at the game today?
Yeah, they got Bill Murray.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to meet Bill Murray tomorrow night.
Oh, that's cool. That's exciting. So we'll have Before the Witching Hour. Also, speaking of tomorrow night, Jack, you won't get to watch it live, but Volleyball State records live each and every Sunday exclusively for subscribers. Again, patreon.com/I80 Club. A Big Ten breakdown on Monday morning, and into the next week we go. Have next week's football show guest locked and loaded, recording that with him early in the week. So we'll have that out. By the way, if you missed it, I mean, like now the weekend is almost done. Had a chance to talk to Ari Wasserman. I loved the conversation. I hope that people dug it as well. I know some people in Nebraska hate Ari. I had multiple people reach out. Why did you book this guy? He's a clown. Because he's fun to talk to. That's why I booked him.
Whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good. Oregon finally scored, by the way.
Yes, they did.
Just before halftime.
By the way, Riss wrote, Jack's wife and I keep our husbands' egos in check in different ways. Reply this Discord. That is most certainly the case.
Yeah, I would love, Dan. Yeah, I would love for you guys to see her reaction to my DJing career.
Mm-hmm.
It is unbelievable shock and sort of thinking.
Shock and
I'm not sure she totally believes it. It's just not a ruse.
Understandably so. All right, Jack, let's say goodbye. Let's watch some football. Enjoy rooting against teams in favor of Nebraska's playoff chances.
Let's go.
Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Thanks
people are already mad on the Discord. We were too positive and starting to talk about playoffs. They don't like that.
Let's go. All right, for Jack, I'm Josh. We will talk to you later. Thanks for joining us tonight. Bye-bye.